With the latest Virginia Beach Fire Department news updates, here's Master Firefighter Chris Stockow.
Just after 1500 on Monday, December 31st, 2012, Virginia Beach fire crews responded to a residential fire in the 1200 block of Grassy Hollow Place in the Colonial Oaks section of the city. Crews worked quickly and had the fire under control at approximately 1530. The fire displaced 5 individuals living in the home and sadly caused the death of 2 family cats. The cause of the fire was reported to be accidental. VBFD fire investigators determined unattended cooking sparked the fire at a Virginia Beach townhouse on Wednesday, January 2nd of this year. Fire crews were on the scene just after 1900 in the 600 block of Red Horse Lane. The house suffered significant smoke damage, displacing all 8 residents of the townhome's 2 units. The incident was caused by a grease fire. On Thursday, January 3rd, around 1320, Virginia Beach Fire, EMS, and police units responded to a vehicle accident involving a pin at the intersection of South Independence Boulevard and Rainbow Drive, which sent 2 individuals to a local hospital. On Friday, January 4th, fire crews in Virginia Beach responded to a residential fire in the 2200 block of Bartholomew's Crossing. Units arrived on scene around 2015. The fire began in the chimney of the structure and flames progressed from there. Fire crews had the fire out shortly before 2030. There were no reported injuries, but there was significant fire damage to the first floor and smoke damage to the second floor of the home. On Sunday, January 6th, around 1330, fire crews responded to a fire in the Windsor Woods section of the city. Upon arrival, crews saw the fire was confined to the detached garage of the residence and was quickly controlled and extinguished. 1 vehicle in front of the garage suffered moderate heat damage. The garage was thoroughly overhauled and checked for hot spots. Around 01:45 on Wednesday, January 9th, Virginia Beach fire crews responded to a commercial structure fire in the 1800 block of Laskin Road. Upon arrival, units found moderate smoke coming from the roof toward the rear of the structure. Crews quickly contained and knocked down the fire, which is believed to have started in the laundry room. No injuries were reported in this incident. VBFD Tech Rescue members from Company 10 spent 3 days climbing, rescuing, and hanging from towers to gain the necessary training for the newly developed Tower Rescue class. The 3 locations of the training were the Oceana Naval Base, the tower behind Company 16, and Dominion Virginia Power's Lineman Training Ground just outside of Richmond. For more information regarding the Tower Rescue Class training, email Captain John Rigelow at jrigelow@vbgov.com. Just after 1400 on Wednesday, January 9th, fire crews responded to a report of a residential fire in the 500 block of 25th and a half Street. Upon arrival, heavy smoke and flames were showing. The fire was quickly knocked down. There were no reports of any injuries. The cause of the fire was isolated to a gas stove. Captain Fedorowicz from Ladder 11A was on scene and gives us a brief overview of the incident.
All right, we're dispatched here for a report of a structure fire down here on 25th Street in the alley. Upon arrival, had some fire coming off the east side. Not a lot of room for us getting access. 14 got here, put a quick knockdown on it. Able to clear up a lot of units pretty quick. As you can see, it's probably a 25 by 25 structure. So not a lot of fire load. Guys did a great job, and we're just mopping things up at this point.
On Thursday, January 10th, around 1530, fire crews responded to a multi-family residential fire on Winship Court in Virginia Beach. The fire was quickly knocked down and there were no injuries reported with this incident. Battalion Chief Billy Reynolds summarizes the response and outcome of the fire.
Units arrived on scene of a 2-story apartment. Actually, these are actually 3-story because we have a split level. Engine 8 arrived on scene and gave us status. We had smoke showing from the 2nd floor. Fire was confined to the floor of origin, mainly in the kitchen area. Searches all proved negative. We searched exposures, exposure B and also exposure D, which was all clear. Checked the attic space. We just had some residual smoke in the attics. And crews did a good job. Got people evacuated out of the exposures and took care of business. No injuries to firefighters, no civilian injuries, and units are in the process of taking up at this time.
On Friday, January 11th, around 1445, fire crews responded to an accident pin in the 1300 block of Princess Anne Road. Upon arrival, crews found a 17-year-old male pinned in his vehicle. Once extricated, the patient was transported to an area hospital by EMS. On Saturday, January 12th, around 21:30, Virginia Beach Fire, Police, and EMS responded to a vehicle crash in the Chimney Hill section of the city. One person had to be extricated from their vehicle and transported to an area hospital. Next up, Master Firefighter Jeff Rosenfeld shows us the new Ladder 16.
This week we've started training on new Ladder 16. It's a 100-foot platform with a 1,000-pound rated bucket dry, flows 2,000 GPM out of the bucket, capable of. It's our third generation platform for the Virginia Beach Fire Department. First we started with Ladder 2, then we went to Ladder 8, and now this Ladder 16. We've had many improvements. New rope anchoring systems for the sides, winch power points on the sides, and better electronics and command zone so the operator is aware of what's going on with this ladder. It has a 1,500 GPM pump, a 300-gallon water tank. On the front bumper we have the Genesis system. We have the spreader and cutter on the bumper, and then Genesis power unit in the engineer's compartment. Marshall Brooks from Pierce Manufacturing Aerial Division has come to Virginia Beach to do the training for the truck. He's a tester with Pierce, a factory assembler with Pierce, and then he travels the country about 26 weeks of the year providing training to local fire departments on their new apparatus. Some of the new electronics on the latest Pierce trucks are the command zone for the aerial ladder. As you can see in this screen, it gives us our load chart, our degrees of elevation, and the rungs not aligned. We can page through, tells us exactly what the aerial ladder is doing, what the bucket is off the ground, length, height, and the aerial fluid for the hydraulic system. On this screen you can see the deployment of the outriggers. All green means they're all out, all down. And then this grade and slope of the truck after it's set up. A lot more features for the operator for safe operations.
Our good friend, retired Master Firefighter Martin Gruby, served the Virginia Beach Fire Department for 32 years. We sat down and spoke with Martin about his life after retirement and how he still contributes to the fire service through his creation of Fire Rescue TV.
I'm Martin Gruby, and I started Fire Rescue TV here in Virginia Beach, located by Edwin Drive. It's a digital signage company. But 3 years ago when I retired, I came up with this idea to have a 24-hour network. I was the fire photographer appointed by Harry Dizell and to capture the history of the Virginia Beach Fire Department. So for 32 years I did just that. I would off duty, I would go to calls, I would go to all the ceremonies, the award ceremonies, and I'd even share those pictures with the local media. So a lot of my pictures made the local newspaper, again promoting the Virginia Beach Fire Department. And the history, I wrote the history. Once in 1997 I published a book, found out a lot more information. Of course, when I retired 3 years ago, I kept that going and started a digital signage television network for firefighters across the country to broadcast training, breaking news stories, and anything that would be of information for firefighters, like new product reviews, and just entertaining stories and enlightening stories like history, firehouse cooking. The benefit of having Fire Rescue TV in the firehouse is the flat panel screen is always on, and it's just broadcasting a news ticker that relates to us, first responders. And as adults, we train in small increments. We're bombarded all day with advertising, and that's getting through, so why not train the same way? You come back from a car fire at 3 o'clock in the morning, why not sit down, relax, and pick up a safety tip? Pick up something just by watching the screen. Or we can go to our PC, our computers, and go to the hundreds of firefighter sites and just dig through all those, or go to a magazine, and that information's dated. But if you go to a screen, it's always on, it's current, we're always on. We update the screens all day with videos. The fire chief can access the very same screens to put messages on there. All day long, we do have spotters and reporters across the country that call in, give us a 2-alarm fire in Brooklyn. We enter it, and in 3 minutes it hits all the screens. Technology plays a major role in Fire Rescue TV's message of getting to the fire station. So all we need to get that message to you is a strong internet line, a high-speed internet line. But with software and the different templates we're using for editing, we're making it really just like broadcast network. So it makes it exciting. You want to watch it. So with our software advances, with our editing advances, it's entertaining television is what it is, but it's bringing that caveat of safety and information to firefighters. Every so often a firefighter would come along and just love the fire service. I started at 13 years old hanging around the London Bridge Volunteer Fire Department. I enjoyed the fire service and I made it a lifestyle. I just love the fire service. It's just, I don't hunt or fish. That's my outlet is the fire service. What I've learned over 32 years, some safety things, I want to pass that on to firefighters. I could probably, if I didn't do this, I'd be teaching. I really would. I have a lot of experience in the Virginia Beach Fire Department. 32 years is a lot of calls on busy stations. So I want to keep firefighters safe. I lost my very dear friend in a fire in Chesapeake, and it hits home. So I want to pass on that information. How do I want to be remembered as a contributor to the fire service? I've already done that. I've changed NFPA standard 1901 with 2 suggestions that are saving firefighters' lives. So I want to be remembered as an advocate of firefighter safety and helping firefighters learn faster, and that's what I want to be remembered as. So I hope that my creation or my idea of Fire Rescue TV has advanced the fire service into that next level of technology and information gathering that could save a firefighter's life. Just that one last thing they see before they walk out the door to go to call, wear your SCBA, or this bumper could pop off when the car is on fire because they just saw the video, or an oxygen tank going off in somebody's car. That's a possibility when a car burns. So if I can give that little bit of information to a firefighter before they walk out, Fire Rescue TV has done its job.
Well, there you have it, all the news and updates. We'll see you next time on VBFD News.